Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're digging into the weekly crypto analysis that just dropped on December 22nd, 2025. Our mission is to really unpack the key takeaways for Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, and Solana. Okay, let's just jump right in. The headline sentiment from the analysts is bearish market momentum and profit taking. That doesn't exactly sound like a holiday rally.
No, not at all. It really reflects the caution that's in the market right now. We're seeing this continued push to the downside that, really started back in November.
And what's driving that?
It seems to be two main things. First, there's just a lot of negative sentiment, partly tied to nervousness around the highly leveraged AI sector. And second, it's that classic year-end profit taking. We see it almost every year.
Right, investors cashing out. But the analysis pointed out one thing that I found interesting. It's sort of counter signal. The Nasdaq is actually gathering steam.
It is.
So if tech is rising, why is crypto still facing so much pressure? Isn't that Nasdaq strength enough to, hold things up?
That's the real tension you need to be watching. The Nasdaq is acting as a short-term buoy, for sure. It's probably helping stabilize things. But that underlying fear, the AI leverage, the seasonal selling, that's a heavyweight. If the Nasdaq stumbles, crypto doesn't have much of its own momentum to fall back on right now.
Okay, so let's get into the majors. Bitcoin BTC is trading around $88,245. The analysis says it's vulnerable. What's the number? What's the one level we need to watch?
$85,000. That is the absolute line in the sand. If profit takers push BTC below that zone, the whole structure of this recent rally starts to look pretty shaky.
But there was a positive sign, wasn't there? Something on the monthly chart about smaller candlesticks. What does that actually tell us in simple terms?
It's a subtle but really important sign of relief. It means the selling pressure is kind of exhausting itself. The sellers are running out of steam. If the price can just hold where it is, those small candles suggest we might be finding a floor, and that could be the start of some fresh upside momentum.
Okay, so a battleground for Bitcoin. What about Ethereum? ETH is at $2,988. It's been trading sideways for, 5 weeks now?
Exactly. ETH is telling a slightly different story. The downside pressure has definitely eased, but its upside is capped.
Caps by what?
By a technical pattern called a pin bar candlestick.
Wait, can you explain that? What does a pin bar signal?
Yeah, of course. A pin bar basically shows a failure. It means sellers tried to push prices way down, but buyers jumped in and pushed them right back up by the end of the period. It shows that there's resistance preventing prices from getting past that sum of 450 level. But here's the main warning for ETH. It's trading below its weekly 50 moving average. The real trigger for a drop would be falling below $2,750.
And if it holds that level?
If that floor holds, a move up towards 3,600 could happen, and happen pretty quickly.
All right, let's shift gears to the altcoins. Ripple, XRP, is at $1.93. That break below the $2 psychological level had to hurt.
It did. That was a big blow to sentiment.
But the good news, I guess, is we're seeing some green candlesticks. It looks like it's stabilizing. And that fits with your Nasdaq theory, right?
It fits perfectly. That's likely the Nasdaq providing that buoy. But now XRP has to prove this bounce is real.
And the test for that is?
The 50 moving average. It's at about $2.14. If XRP can clear that level, then this move has legs.
Okay, last one, Solana. SOL is at $125.43, so it's sitting right on top of that big psychological support at 125.
This is the real litmus test. Solana is on the front line. If the market's broader fears win out and SOL can't hold 125,
no,
we should probably expect a much deeper slide.
But if the general crypto trend turns positive,
then that 125 level is a fantastic launch pad to push prices higher again. It's a really strong foundation.
So wrapping this all up, what's the big picture? It feels like the market is just fighting itself. Bearish sentiment on one side, critical support levels on the other.
That's exactly it. The main takeaway for you is to watch that relationship between the Nasdaq and crypto's fundamentals. Keep an eye on XRP. If it clears that moving average, it could signal some relief for the wider altcoin market.
And a final thought for our listener to chew on.
Yeah, I'd say given everything we've talked about, the easing downside for ETH, those stabilizing candles, the single most important metric for you to track isn't Bitcoin's next peak. It's whether Ethereum can hold that critical $2,750 floor. That one number will tell you everything you need to know about the real stability of the market right now.